Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Thursday, December 11th, around 10 p.m. Mountain Time 2025. Catastrophic flooding in the Pacific Northwest. Over 100,000 have been evacuated, and, well, the rivers won't be cresting till tomorrow. And this atmospheric river that drenched the Northwest with up to 16 inches of rain is now supercharging 2 winter storms. Buckle up, Buttercup, and keep calm. It's boom time. Double-digit rainfall amounts recorded over the past 5 days in many areas of Washington. Grays Harbor County received a total of 16.5 inches of rain, and it's insane. Clallam County, Toms Creek, 11 inches. There's that 16.5 in Grays Harbor, 13.9 in Hump Tulips. Say that 5 times fast. Skycomish, 13.4 inches. Cedar Falls, 13.38. You get the picture. That is an insane amount of rain. Major highways are closed. Evacuation orders are issued. Flash flood watch is underway amid the state emergency. There's a lot going on. Washington is currently under the state of emergency after back-to-back atmospheric rivers brought torrential rain that caused rivers to outflow and sparked evacuations, mudslides, and water rescues. Multiple rivers are at or forecast to reach major flood stage, and in some cases, including the Skagit and the Snohomish rivers, the flooding will likely be the highest ever. In fact, historic. Potentially life-threatening river flooding with widespread urban flooding are expected through the end of today and into tomorrow. Water reaches roofs in Washington towns, forcing water rescues and evacuations. Here is the current position of the flood watches and warnings. Warnings in red. And so major areas of people being evacuated along these river systems. And a lot of people are cut off. We can't get out. Falls City resident shares the story with Cairo News Radio. Jenny in Falls City is unable to leave her home. We can't get out. Nobody can get out, she said. They explained the only way to leave would be to hike through the Snoqualmie Valley Trail, but noted access roads to the trail are mostly closed too. Jenny said she and her neighbors prepared for the storm and stocked up on food. Good news there. They think they're going to be good. We are on an island. Holy macaroni. Listeners also texted their stories through the show describing what they're witnessing during the severe flooding. We are in Burlington, 3 blocks from the Skagit. We sandbagged around our home yesterday and left last night. Steve from Burlington. Many of our neighbors followed the evacuation notice as well. If the river crests over 40 feet, we'll have some problems. Yeah, there's going to be some problems, and they're going to be unfolding tomorrow afternoon and in the morning. And now this atmospheric river that drenched the Northwest is supercharging 2 winter storms. And the full forecast coming up. You can see that one winter storm there now moving across the east central U.S. And one behind it, that is the atmospheric river that for the last 5 days has been pummeling Washington state. We do have a severe weather warning. That's now off the map, but it was in Pennsylvania. That was probably a snow squall warning. A dangerous snow squall was located along the extending Carth-Madisonburg, moving southeast at 30. So we've got these stringers of snow coming off the Great Lakes and a major storm to the east and south. We've got catastrophic flooding in the Pacific Northwest, very cold temperatures in the northern plains moving east. Catastrophic flooding and landslides will continue to bring significant risk to life and property in Washington state, as well as Northwest Oregon. Arctic air will bring near record cold temperatures and dangerous wind chills from the northern high plains into the mid-south and mid-Atlantic through the weekend. A narrow band of snow is likely from the Midwest to the upper Ohio Valley into the central Appalachians happening now. And those winter storm warnings and watches are out. We've got extreme cold warnings just up in these 3 counties up in northeastern Montana. So heed the warnings. Wind chills are going to be getting quite nippy. You can see that extreme cold plume pushing down into Montana overnight. It's not going to be that bad tomorrow morning. It'll be over the weekend. It'll be Saturday when we're going to get minus 12, minus 15 pushing down into Minnesota, North Dakota, minus 20 even. And then by Sunday, minus 25 for North Dakota and Minnesota with wind chills minus 35 or 45, depending on the winds. Here we see minus 27 in the morning. Monday morning there, minus 30. And that cold, those negative temperatures all the way down into Iowa, minus 5 in Illinois. Holy macaroni. It's going to be a chilly end of the weekend. And by Monday, those temperatures moderate, which is good news. But it'll still be well below freezing for the beginning of the week, all the way down into the southeast. Could see a slight iguana apocalypse potentially. We'll see how things develop. And now we'll take a quick look at the frozen rain and see what's happening. There's that stringer moving across the U.S. Here's going to be your Friday into Saturday. Sunday, fun day. And then the beginning of the week, Monday, another atmospheric river on already saturated soil hits the Pacific Northwest for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is going to be ridiculous. I think we're going to see some more historic flooding by the end of next week. What a tweak. And now the models go far out. Let's take a look at that white Christmas forecast. And it's looking like that nor'easter has gone off the map. Let's take a look at the total snowfall and move it through Christmas. How about that? All right, here's the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we get early the next week. So that's the snow that will fall over the weekend as that cold air pushes down into Minnesota. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, as we head into the holiday weekend, you can see there's going to be some snow in the west. It's going to be a white Christmas for many. And there's the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day. So that is the white Christmas forecast as of now, and things will change. It's looking like the west is the best. Heavy snow in the high elevations. It's going to be a white Christmas in the Rocky Mountains and the Sierras, as well as the Olympics, which are going to be inundated by snow before Santa gets here. Unfortunately, Al Gore says Santa Claus is fake. Japan earthquake sparks unfounded fears about Cascadia's big one. Not only that, Japan is predicting a super earthquake potentially. But we did have a super aftershock moments ago, 6.7 kicking off in Hachichoni, Japan. No tsunami warning, and already the first aftershock at 5.5. This just occurred. Overall, pretty low-level activity worldwide as we're waiting for the mega quake to occur in Japan. Probably not, especially after that 6.7 aftershock. That's releasing a lot of stress, folks. The massive coronal hole that's facing Earth will be coupling with us right now. That's happening now. BZ pushing south. Plasma speed increasing slightly. We are in... Where did that go? Really? Minor geomagnetic storm. Currently, I think we're at KP4. Yeah, KP4. So there is some aurora up in the high latitudes. And if the BZ continues to shift south as it's moving and speed is increasing, well, we could go back into G1, G2 geomagnetic storm overnight. The forecast is for G1 overnight and tomorrow. So we could see some storming over the next 2 days. So get out and look up. And there's other good reasons to get out and look up. The Geminids. 2025 is an amazing year to catch the Geminid meteors. Why? Well, because there's typically tons of them per hour. This year, over 150 meteors per hour will peak on the evening between the 13th and the 14th of December. It's one of the better annual meteor showers, and 2025 is shaping up to give skywatchers a chance to see it at its best. Prospects for the 2025 Geminids couldn't be better. The showers peak on the night of this Saturday into Sunday, December 13th to the 14th, centered at 3 Universal Time, or 10 a.m. Eastern, which means you want to get up early in the morning. This favors the North Atlantic and surrounding regions, including Europe and North America. The expected zenithal hourly rate, ZHR, is 150 meters per hour. The moon phase is favorable this year at just 25% waning crescent, rising just before 3 a.m. local near the shower's peak. So I would suggest you go out between midnight and 2 a.m. and you will look southeast and enjoy the show. Ho, ho, ho. Silver hit an all-time high as markets are peaking too. Rate cuts are being cut, and silver is becoming scarce, and it's only going to be more and more scarce in the coming years. This isn't a peak market that's going to crash. In fact, we hit over $64 today. Let's take a look at the last year. It's up and away. It's now exponential, and people are predicting all time that it may hit 200. 500. It's anyone's guess in the coming years, as there is literally no silver. No one can get silver. Refineries are refusing it because they're backed up. People are selling it, and it's being bought up and gobbled up. And, well, silver is becoming more and more scarce. I know I'm not selling mine because each and every day I gain more and more value on my investment. And we told you when to buy silver at $13.50. I hope many of you did. You're up 4x plus. And it's going to continue to rise, which is why we suggest you take some of your retirement savings and shift it over to precious metals. Many of you are doing that. Trust Goldco, the industry leader, from precious metal IRAs to direct purchases of gold and silver. They've helped thousands of Americans diversify and protect their savings. I know I got like 50 pounds of silver, and I'm doing pretty good. Request your free 2025 gold and silver kit now. No obligation. There's no penalties from shifting from your standard 401k with stocks, bonds, and ETFs and moving it over to precious metals. It's that simple. Goldco does it all for you. Go to diamondlovesgold.com or click the link below. Well, and enjoy your retirement. And that is a boom. To knowledge. Hit the thumbs up. Pray for all those people in Washington that are stranded, those that are being rescued right now. It's only going to get worse at the end of next week. We showed you the models, and they're not looking good. Pray for the Pacific Northwest. And be safe. We love you. And that is a boom. But before you go, hit the subscribe button and help our channel grow. And that is a